Today on the Topic Show, Ben Shapiro versus Candace Owens. DeSantis critiques Nikki Haley for wanting to remove anonymous social media profiles. Vivek roasts Nikki Haley's claim that he is sexist. Vivek also goes viral for noting the discrepancy between Biden, Haley, and Cheney's government salaries versus their net worth. Target is selling a nutcracker with a trans flag and a pride hat, which is stirring up some controversy. The Avengers' first cast will be all female. Advanced Auto Parts Q3 results are in. Toyota Camry will soon come as a hybrid only. Warren Buffett exits his holdings of General Motors stock. And the post office hit a $6.5 billion net loss for 2023. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Advanced Auto Parts Q3 results are in. And looks like they want to decrease their cost by about $150 million and sell 2 business units. Now, this actually comes to us thanks to an article in WRALtech.com, also known as TechWire. It looks like their third quarter loss was $48.6 million after they actually reported a profit to the same Q3 period in 2022. The company recently named their CEO to announce grammar is a hell of a thing. But nevertheless, grammar aside, the company recently replaced a new CEO, and that CEO's vision is to drastically decrease cost, much like pretty much every other companies these days. Specifically, they're looking to eliminate about 400 positions as well as 2 business units. A new chief financial officer is also joining management, as well as a top e-commerce spot is being eliminated. And shares have fallen 60% since the beginning of the year, which makes me wonder what's their long-term looking like. So let's pull that up really quick. So Advanced Auto Parts, still pretty penny. Oh, granted, pennies these days are useless because they're 99.99, I believe 999% zinc. It's literally just copper plated, so pretty much trash. So a better metaphor might be a vintage pretty penny, which is a majority component manufactured made with copper. So their share price is still a pretty vintage penny, sitting at about $53.91 per share, market cap of $3.2 billion, dividend yield of 1.86%. Now, the bad news is their 52-week high was $158.22. And the 52-week low is $47.73. Now going to the 5-year trend, that's quite concerning. So the 5-year trend for their stock is down 69.91%. So that's pre-pandemic, that's a couple presidencies, that's a pretty good sample size, and the trend is not good. Now the past year, they're down 65.73%. Year to date, they're down 64.67%. Past 6-month trend, they're down 54.37%. Past month, they're about the same, only down 0.13%. Past 5 days, down 5.4%. It looks like their revenue, their employee headcount is actually 53,500 employees. Been around for quite some time. Fundamental Business Facts, founded April 29th, 1932. So hopefully they can keep up, well, I was going to say not keep up this trend, turn around this trend, so they can hit that historic mark of having the 100-year mark, which very few companies actually achieve that, I would say, that momentous occasion and the kind of the place in the history books, so to say, to solidify their business. Now, the stock trend, that's quite concerning. Granted, they pay a little dividends, so they'll keep some people, there'll always be a group of investors who are always invested and interested into dividend yielding stocks. It makes sense, they're really paying you to invest in the company and reward you for holding your stock and not selling it. Now, when asked for comment, the new CEO, whose name is Shane O'Kelly, said, quote, "Since joining Advance, I partnered with the board and management team to move with speed in conducting a comprehensive review of the business. We are taking decisive actions to position Advance for long-term success and create meaningful value for the shareholders, unquote. Now, he continued to say, quote, today we are announcing initial actions for our review process that will allow us to capitalize on significant opportunities ahead. First, we are launching a new cost reduction program that we expect will generate at least $150 million in savings on an annualized basis. We expect to reinvest up to $50 million of these savings in our team members with a clear focus on improving the retention of our frontline team members. At the same time, we have made a strategic decision to focus on our blended box business model and are therefore initiating separate sale processes for Worldpac as well as our Canadian business, unquote. The business also said that they're going to increase their focus on online sales. Advance is also eliminating its executive vice president merchandising, market, and e-commerce. The executive holding that job, Jason McDonald, will leave the company December 1st. They know that additional cuts will come from the company's Raleigh headquarters and its field-based positions outside of Raleigh and its corporate roles outside North Carolina, the company said. Going to their finances, they know that on a share per share basis, the Raleigh-based company had a loss of 32 cents per share. Of course, they missed the Wall Street expectations, which, again, that's never a good thing, because that's what causes a lot of the analysts and a lot of the people to either sell the stock or recommend that people do not purchase the stock, and could even affect the stock rating. Now, looks like in terms of Wall Street expectations, the average estimate of 11 analysts surveyed by Zacks Investment Research was for earnings of $1.42 per share. The auto parts retailer posted a revenue of $2.72 billion in the period, which did beat street forecast. 8 analysts surveyed by Zacks expected $2.68 billion. Now, Advance Auto Parts expects full-year earnings to be $1.4 to $1.80 per share, with revenue ranging of $11.25 billion to $11.3 billion. And according to their recent notes as well, they got a new CFO coming on by the name of Ryan Grimsland, and he'll be starting November 27th, right around the corner. And according to the SEC filing, he will be paid a salary of $675,000, which is about $18 after the government steals it, taxes it. Kidding, it's not that bad yet. And he also has a sign-on equity award valued at $1.6 million. And they noted that he brings about 20 years of corporate finance, treasury, financial planning, retail strategy, transformation. So he has a proven track record, rudimentarily speaking. Now, the big 500-pound gorilla, or the elephant in the room when it comes to all these auto parts companies, is what are they going to do in the future when all these companies and people think EVs are great? Well, again, EVs are basically smartphones and just as reliable as a smartphone as well. That means only GM is going to be able to fix the very specialized, or basically specialized, their EV products with their own proprietary parts. Only Tesla, historically, very much it wants to do everything in-house. So a mom and pop repair shop isn't going to have the ability to repair that vehicle. Also, the parts for that. I don't see Tesla changing their business model to actually increase the availability of spare parts for the mass market so that third parties can do repairs and services. Now, granted, there's always going to be the things that every car has for now. Presumably, unless Tesla comes up with a proprietary design for a tire, you'll always need tires for a vehicle, and that's a lot of third-party support. Historically, you had the OEM manufacturers where they work directly with Tesla or GM or Ford, and you can go to a discount tire or somewhere like that to actually repair and get new tires. Now, I guess you also have windshield wipers, washer fluid, but a lot of components that you would traditionally use to fix a internal combustion engine that used to be, you have these relationships with companies like General Motors and Ford and Chrysler, well, now Stellantis. Well, they have parts at all these O'Reilly's, Advance Auto Parts. Well, that's a big part of their inventory. And also another big part of the inventory is oil. If it's an internal combustion engine, which the upside is this is Japanese, usually about 1 million miles or darn near close, they have intervals where they'll need always new engine oil. So that's not a repeat sale that Advance Auto Parts can make because they're coming in to buy the new oil. And they also have the additional revenue stream of selling the used oil to other industries that will use that. And that revenue stream is going to be gone as well. So the more we go into the path of having computerized vehicles that are more proprietary, you're going to have less opportunities for companies like Advance Auto Parts. You're going to have less opportunities for something like an O'Reilly's. So I'm not sure even some filters, I believe, I'm not sure if you can get a filter from O'Reilly's or Advance Auto Parts. and that's going to be one of the biggest detriments, is the more vehicles become like smartphones and computers on wheels, I mean, the more you're locked into those companies. I mean, they'll argue it's convenience and it's quality control, but now I'm fascinated to see what can you get if you just search Tesla. It looks like they have third-party plugs. So if you go to advancedautoparts.com, they have a plug adapter, and these are, looks like manufactured by third parties. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 total parts. One is an air control valve. One is for the tire pressure sensor, and one looks like it's not special to Tesla. It's anything. It's just one of those things where you plug in a cigarette lighter, or as the youth might call it now, the navigation little socket in your vehicle. Back in the day, Americans smoked and had more freedom in general. But yeah, that's what I still call the cigarette lighter, little port you put in your speed detector or radar detector. And let's not count that. So really, there's 8 results. And again, these are things that you're not going to buy with frequency, because again, presumably you buy one of these charger cords or these charger mount kits, and they're moderately durable. Where, again, when you have the internal combustion engine, the traditional automotive manufacturers, the frequency of purchase is much, much greater. So let me know in the comments. I mean, they're talking about revitalizing their business. I wonder if they're really going to try to partner with someone like a Tesla or maybe a Rivian, or maybe similar to Apple. At the end of the day, you'll have your Apple authorized stores, and if you want to go third party, there's a lot of risk involved. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here and how they attempt to transform the company. Let me know what you are thinking. Be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Again, thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Don't forget to take the time to like, subscribe, and comment. Trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. And your feedback is also greatly appreciated. If you give me notes in the comment section, that's how I know what things I need to work on to make the show better and better. Also, and lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.